Y'all see did y'all see anything crazy or anything? Tell me about the idea of Dennis Rodman, Moore, going on over to Russia and getting clearance to possibly help Brittney Griner.
You know,
I don't know what that looks like.
If he could do it, it would be incredible. Facts. You know, you don't know, considering he is friends with another communist regime, Kim
100%.
Jong-un in North Korea, and I don't know what those back channel conversations would be like, or what kind of you can understand overseas they love the NBA, and Dennis Rodman being one of the legends of the NBA without any question, he might have more pull over there than any of our quote unquote statesmen.
They embraced him when he went over there fully.
So if he could pull it off, it was kind of like it was at one point. Jesse Jackson kept going over to places and be like, look, let me get them hostages. And he was getting it done.
Yeah.
This happened in the late 90s because, sometimes the people over there, they don't want to hear from our politicians. They feel like half of the people in this country don't listen to the politicians, so why should we listen to them? Right. So I still don't hold out a lot of hope because, once again, there's a lot going on as far as, it's the Ukraine situation. Sometimes Russia is not known for being above board on things, but since they're not known for being above board on things, that might give Dennis Rodman an upper hand compared to one of our politicians actually negotiating her release. So
it's crazy to
we'll see.
It's crazy to think that we're in an era now, to your point, where Dennis Rodman could actually be, someone that might have some sort of a positive impact in a situation
this. People think the obsession with celebrity is something uniquely American. No, it's worldwide. And Dennis Rodman, for whatever you think of, his antics, he is a celebrity.
Facts.
And been one for quite a while now. So that bit of celebrity, when he walks into a room, might sway something a little bit further than if our Secretary of State walked into a room. That just is what it is at this day and time.
When I read it, when I read the article, I sat back and I said, this may not be as crazy as it looks on face value, just because, to your point, with his North Korea trip and how well he was embraced over there. He came back. They took players with him. Vin Baker was over there. They had a couple older, OG players that went out there for that exhibition. Kenny Anderson, I believe, was out there, and everybody came back and it was cool.
I mean, they were treated like kings over there.
Facts.
Facts. When they don't, when there are people in North Korea, depending on who you talk to, that go to bed hungry on a regular basis. Man. So, we'll see. Like I said, it could be a very interesting development, but Russia doesn't. They play hardball, and they may not be enough to get Brittney home. Even though, once again, look, you just got to know other countries get down. A lot of times people are like, "Oh, I want to go to Dubai or this, that." I was like, I don't want to go to Dubai. I know what I like to do when they don't.
I ain't gonna say I don't want to go.
I don't know if I want to go.
I'd like to know what I'm going into. I'll say that.
I will make a couple statements. Number one, I mean, I know you mentioned it, but I mean, just as a fact checker, Russia isn't communist.
That's right. They're former communists. You're communists. Right. Now they're actually the most capitalist.
They're super
capitalist.
Yeah.
Good call.
Corrupt capitalists, whatever. But
yes,
most capitalism comes with a level of corruption.
Par with the United States.
Yeah, there you go.
But that's why we have big issues with.
But the other thing, the other thing that I would say is that North Korea is a lot different than Russia in the sense that the reason why I think Rodman worked for North Korea was because Kim Jong-un liked Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Like he was a fan of him. Like he was a legit
player.
Yeah, he was obsessed
They
with
probably
him.
still watch those old NBA games like they're brand new because they don't know.
Probably all they can get.
They loved The Last Dance with Rodman being in that and all that. You watch that. There's no question.
I don't know if Russia's going to have the same type of love, or Putin is. You know what I mean? And if that's really going to matter, who knows? Maybe
from a star standpoint, I totally understand what you're saying.
It doesn't hurt.
But this is why I was actually so surprised that, but when I thought about the big picture, but you understand, Brittney Griner is a bigger star in Russia than she is here.
Sure.
You could, because that's why she's getting paid top dollar to play over there. That's why she's there in the first place.
Facts.
So I thought, there was one of those Russian billionaires that might have had Putin's ear be like, come on, that you've got to let my player get on the court. She didn't mean this. It's just this amount. Let's not make this a big deal. I thought there was going to be some back channel situation within the the Russian
over.
Yeah, the Russian oligarchy that was going to make sure that happened, but it didn't. So
Lone makes a good point about the difference in how he will
hero worshipped over there.
Received. Yeah, that's a very good point. I didn't think about that because the main man in charge was a super fan. So, of course, you're going to be taken care of and looked out for.
Ever since Rocky, I've been under the assumption that Russians don't mess with us, period, when it comes to sports.
It's based off that movie.
That United States propaganda system working for you.
Is that what that was?
Straight from the Red Scare right into 2022.
Drago, if he dies, he dies.
What was it? Remember the movie Red Dawn that had us not liking the Russians?
Yeah. I mean, think of
I ain't gonna cap though. Terry is right as it relates to Rocky.
Rocky was my first experience with Russia.
That was a good propaganda.
I mean, but think about it. Even to this day, if you even mention the word socialism or communism at all, people like automatically have a feeling that comes up in them, like, oh, like how could you? It's like,
how dare you even?
Well,
that?
most people, they don't like socialism because it rhymes with communism. They don't really know the difference between the two.
It's just means of production, man. That's all it is. It's actually good for you.